Toronto, hello.
Hello. First, I'd like to wish you success with an Oscar nomination, win for Best Director for Prince of Tides. Personally, I think you were Oriental. However, my question focuses on your music. Which album were you most satisfied with, and which album were you least satisfied with?
Is there an album you were least satisfied with?
A couple.
Yeah? What didn't you like?
Can I say the one I like first?
Sure.
I'm in my positive.
What did you like in your positive mode?
I love doing the Broadway album. Really love that. These were songs that I just loved and that had stories attached to them, you know, really intelligent lyrics, gorgeous melodies. And it was really fun to have an artistic success. So I didn't plan on it at all. It was a total labor of love, you know, and then when it was a commercial hit, that was like icing on the cake. That was fabulous.
And what, if you could remove from the shelves, would you?
I think my album called Butterfly, that was pretty lousy.
Why?
I don't know. I just had no Butterfly, and I mean that's the only one actually that I didn't love. I just don't remember the songs. I can't remember what was on it. I don't remember doing it.
Do you like to hear your recordings?
No.
Very critical?
10 years later, I put it on. If I happen to hear it in a store or something, it doesn't bother me. But if I hear it too soon, then I just hear the imperfections.
Right back with Barbra Streisand. By the way, the nomination ballots were mailed out today to Academy members. Is that correct? I think they were. Well, you're going to vote, aren't you?
I did vote, but I don't know when the end is.
And the gross on Prince of Tides so far is $59 million. Back after this. Our guest, Barbra Streisand. The caller is from Atlanta. Hello.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
Congratulations on a great movie.
Oh, thank you.
I was really impressed with the performances that you pulled from everyone. Jason, Kate, Blythe Denner, Nick Nolte, and yourself. But my question is, how did you go about getting such effective performances from the children that were in the movie? Did you approach them differently than the adults?
Well, first of all, you have to love them, you know. I mean, people thrive being loved, especially children. And so everyone that was picked, you know, were kids also that I saw how they interacted with Nick. I did a lot of improvisations with them and Nick, who naturally responded to one another. In other words, there might have been one kid I wanted, but she didn't take to Nick. I couldn't hire her if she was to play his daughter, you know.
Yeah.
So it was really fun to find these children, and I really go by their own lives, you know, so they don't have to act. And then try to create an atmosphere where there's fun. Like Nick was really off camera talking to these girls on a phone when they're supposed to be on a phone, and they were carrying on, and we created an atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, he actually did the scene as if he were on.
Yeah. He was really hiding behind a couch, you know, because I wanted it to be very real. Children are so gorgeous, so beautiful.
And honest.
And honest, just to capture them, you know.
How about directing yourself?
I don't pay attention to myself much. I mean, I do my scenes, like my office scenes are all done at the end of shooting. I was the cover set, which means if it rains outside, I would go in and do my scenes. I just don't, I know her. I lived with this character for 3 years. When I read the book, I said, oh my God, except for the hair color, this is me. You know, I mean, it could be me.
No.
Down to the jewelry I wore, down to the way I feel about life.
Did you want to do that movie when you read the book?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Washington, D.C., hello.
Hello. Barbara, I've got to tell you, this is one of the high points in my life. I am your #1 fan. I have 2 questions for you. First of all, you look fabulous in Prince of Tides. I mean, there were some scenes where you're wearing some pretty tight-fitting clothes, and I was wondering, what have you been doing lately to keep yourself in such great shape?
Well, when I was making that movie, I didn't eat dinner. I ate a nice lunch and a nice breakfast, but I just didn't eat dinner. I had so much work to do to prepare for the next day's shooting anyway. But that's the only way I could stay thin.
Second question?
Question is, I've always wondered, who do you enjoy listening to musically in your spare time? Who do you enjoy?
You have to understand this, and maybe it's hard to. I never listen to music.
Wow.
I listen to the news. I mean, I watch the news.
Right?
I'm a CNN and C-SPAN freak. I just got the C-SPAN newsletter now that tells me what's on. But so I don't, you know, because I spend so much of my time making albums, I just can't stand to listen to music, except maybe classical music now and then, or sometimes film scores. I love beautiful film scores.
You still have your affinity for Ella Fitzgerald?
What?
Didn't you once say she's the best?
I don't remember that, but I mean, she's a great singer, but I don't remember saying.
But you don't listen to music?
No. No, I can't. I can't.
This is very strange, Barbara.
It is?
Music is not your favorite thing. If you started as an actress, you might never have been a singer. You singing.
If they would have hired me, right?
And you don't listen to music.
That's terrible.
You watch movies.
Oh, yeah, I watch movies. I love movies.
Was this a good year for movies?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you agree with the attention paid Bugsy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of other movies that were not recognized, too, but they're wonderful films. I mean, look, you have to understand this, too. I don't like to be put in contests with my fellow colleagues.
Yeah, there's something wrong.
In other words,
Scott said there's something
you know,
wrong with that.
when I was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Acting, there were 5 fabulous performances. I couldn't tell you mine was the best. I mean, Katharine Hepburn was great, which we tied, you know, at the time, and Joanne Woodward was great. Vanessa Redgrave. There were 5 great performances. I felt embarrassed by being in this contest. I wish they would just give us plaques. Say, these are the best performances of the year. The Directors Guild gives you plaques. This is great.
We'll be right back with more of Barbra Streisand. Get some more phone calls in as well. Our guest is Barbra Streisand. Before we take the next call, you're not, I gather, since you said you would perform for the Democrats, you're not a great fan of President Bush's.
I think he lives in denial, you know, denying certain things, and you can't fix things unless you acknowledge them. So, but you know, I've heard that he comes from he had an abused childhood. Like Reagan, I heard, had an alcoholic father. Now, I don't know if these things are true, because, you know, we don't know if they're true, but...
Wouldn't surprise you, then. Orlando, Florida, for Barbra Streisand. Hello.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
I just want you to know that I love you and all my family members love you. I wanted to know if you had a special place in your heart for Davy Gamble, the role that you played in On a Clear Day You Can See Forever.
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I really do, yeah. It was a really interesting piece. It was about reincarnation and this kind of Jewish Brooklyn girl who in another life was an English woman. Yeah, I love doing that movie. I love Vincent Minnelli.
You believe in reincarnation?
I believe we better make the most of today.
Sherman Oaks, California. Hello.
Hi, I just wanted to tell you how much I enjoyed your work over the last several years, and I'd like to know what directorial projects you are planning to work on next, and if you have any plans of working with your sister.
I like to take time off between projects, so I'm even though I've been called a workaholic, I don't do that many movies. Every few years I do a movie. I would like to direct one in the next few years.
How about your sister?
Well, she's terrific, my sister. She has a great voice.
You ever work together?
No.
You're going to London for Princess Tides, right? It hasn't opened there yet?
Yeah, with Princess Di. The opening's with Princess Di.
You going with her to the opening?
Well, I'm not going in a car, but I mean, I'm going to meet
By the way, how many
Di.
times have you seen this movie?
A lot.
A lot. Don't get tired of seeing it again?
Of course I get tired of it.
But you got to go with the princess. All right, Barbara, with the princess from Brooklyn. Hey. Los Angeles, hello.
Yes, I just had a question for Barbara about how she manages to choose the work that she's going to direct. Do you read a lot of novels? Did you read Princess Tides and decide that this is a movie that had to be made? Do you read movie scripts, or how do you go about that?
I don't like reading movie scripts, but it's really hard to read movie scripts, for me anyway. No, I was reading that novel, and friends had recommended it to me, and then I just thought, wow, this is such a powerful book about childhood and the consequences.
It struck you. Did you ever turn down anything you regret?
Well, I turned down a lot of roles that I would have liked to play out, yeah. But Jane Fonda thanks me. Like They Shoot Horses, her role in that, Clute. You know, but she was wonderful.
You turned down Clute?
Yeah.
You turned down They Shoot Horses?
Cabaret. But
Cabaret you turned down.
But before Bob Fosse was attached to it, only after I saw the play. But had I known Bob Fosse was attached to it, yeah.
Back with our remaining moments with the great Barbra. I think we can safely say that. Great. Do you want to say something?
I was going to say that, you know, in my 30-year career of being a movie star, I've only been asked by 6 directors to be in their movies, 4 of which were foreign. See, paradoxes, you know what I mean? You'd never believe this, right? You think I have all these offers from directors. No, from producers and writers, but not directors.
We'll be back with our remaining moments with Miss Streisand, the lady from Brooklyn, after this. We're running real close on time. Quickly, Los Angeles. Hello.
Hello. I wanted to tell him my name really is Susan Lowenstein.
Wow,
So thanks
really?
for I love the movie.
Doctor.
And would you ever run for political office?
Did you ever run for office? No.
I'm too afraid of crowds.
That's right. You don't want to appear in public.
I like the babies, though.
How about the battle against AIDS? You're very involved in that.
Yeah.
Think we're going to lick it?
God, I hope so. We have to. We have to. We have to. Everybody has to give their support. Again, President Bush was a little remiss with that one. You know, that's a project I made due to Normal Heart because it's a story about.
It was a great play.
A great play, you know, in this battle against AIDS since 1981. The AIDS cases were reported on like the Holocaust on page 52 and 57.
You mean you might direct the Normal Heart?
Oh yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Barbara, thank you for a wonderful hour. You were very difficult, very hard to put up with.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We love you,
Can't you have
Barbara.
more?
What? We love you. Will you come back?
Yeah. You were very nice.